Ukurtong kaseng Kongres na Shillong Seat Ubaderu MP Bamanta Uba Vincent H. Pala Ulong baka National People's Party bat ka United Democratic Party kedai belasya ban penyat hak BJP tang namar ban pynrem ka Kongres hak Jala Meghalaya hak ni election MP ban salong hak khatbai tarik banaya yong habakren begilap thai khbor uba Pala Ulong bau tikna bayak NPP bat UDP la penyat hak BJP hak ni Jala bat kadau bagi BJP kebuk kertong na Shillong Seat hak ni election kalong tang ben kring yiki vote jengkiwe gijat beriu kenang badam yo ke Kongres ulong bak jingi kun jeng u hak ni election kalong bet tang bat ke UDP bat ke BJP namar ke NPP ke badan ya ke jaga trikam na Shillong kam shimsei kertong satya na Shillong Seat walau kanrat ke sangmau la pen benar banyak kun hambra absently constituency Hanot East ulong bakane ke penpau syai kedar bagi kuat ban pynrem bet ya ke Kongres dan ke bapenmi ya ke kesur jeng ke BJP ha ke galiang ulong bah ke jinglong MP jeng u ulale bon ki kam bom shim la penpau perthei henry la penpau ba kesur jeng ke Kongres kadelang kesur jeng u khamtam ha ke baidei bakimat bakta bha kum ka citizenship amendment bill bat ke shushu la kubur ba kam khapot kadai ke bae bha bat ulong bah ke jinglap election jeng uru jukular halor kani namar kamdei ke kam ke basuk henry ulong pat Bakapor, Syakapor, Ujut Hok, Syakasakapring, Nagabataban Penbet no, Yupot Usam, Hapadeng ke Jala Meghalaya bat Assam.
Lots of things to be done. I'm sure that in the third term, if they're giving me a chance, then I can do better than before. I'm 100% sure that you'll say that what have you done as a member of parliament. I just would like to say a few that it is not me as a member of parliament individually, but as a government, as a Congress in the government. We were in the government, and I was 5 years in the government, 5 years in the opposition. So I can see that when we were in the government, we could do better works, and when we are in opposition, we have limitations. We have different subjects given to us. So normally, a leader of the party will speak in parliament. Then, for example, like during the budget session, our party leader will be speaking, and then the rest us. Other issues or something. So most of the works, most of the done through the party. That's why I'm saying, whatever I do, it's not that on my own, alone, but we decide collectively in the party. So this is what, for example, like CAB. Dr. Don used to criticize me that Pala did not talk anything about the CAB. But I think we talk more than enough in front of the parliament, inside the parliament, outside the parliament, all over India we have protested. Though the CAB was introduced in 2015, from there itself we said that it should not be passed, it should go to a committee. A committee was constituted, and they have selected Bhubanesh Kalkalita and others were from the Congress. Through a party, we oppose it tooth and nail, but the BJP bulldoze it. So it doesn't mean that if I didn't speak means I didn't want to say so. But collectively, what the views of the party, that's more important. Before I fought with the different political parties, and this time we fight with only 2 parties. As of now, I think only the BJP is ready to set up a candidate and UDP. So 2 parties. So I think NPP. The president of NPP is a dear friend of mine, Conrad. He said that he'll put candidates everywhere. If the center of the NPP, the headquarters of the NPP, the owner of the NPP is here in Shillong, they are not putting a candidates here in Shillong, but they are putting somewhere else. So that you think, there's a limitations of the party. They are ready to compromise, they are ready to work together. And I am 100% sure that be it NPP, be it UDP, they have been remotely controlled by the BJP. The BJP's agenda is only Pala should lose. Wherever I went, they said, we'll see that you lose, we see that you lose. So, be it Dr. Don, be it others, the Kharos, they call, only the Congress should lose, the Congress should lose. So, they are looking at the Congress, they are looking at me that we should lose. That's why they try to put together. I know boundary, even if there's a boundary between you and your neighbor, it's difficult to solve. Even if there's a boundary between one Hima and one Eleka with other Himas, so it's difficult to solve. So boundary issues is, even in my election, I never promise on boundary issues because I know it's very sensitive. Nobody will leave even 1 inch of the area. So boundary issue is not that easy. But as an MP, when there was a fight between people living in the border of Assam and Meghalaya. I always used to call, and once we already organized during the Christmas when Himanta Biswa Sarma was in the Congress, we used to distribute sweets and all. Like I told them, but even Delhi and Gurgaon, means Delhi and Haryana, if you see, the border is very, and Rajasthan, the border is there. Nobody fights the border, everybody live together. Why not we also try to live together? Because nobody can claim that he'll be able to solve the boundary issues. But Hoping was a minister, of Home Minister. He was there for 50 years. And his main issue of survival was on the boundary issues. But they couldn't solve it. So I don't promise that also. But I did write to Mr. I did, if you want, I can give you my letter, my speech also in Parliament requesting the government that this should be solved. And that ground, they have already constituted the boundary commission. I think it's going on. And then I was also had written a series of letters to have that boundary commission, so that the commission should look into it and solve the problem. Last 10 years, I can proudly say that I have not involved in any dirty, be it scandal, be it corruption. So far, I'm not. Of course, I don't say that I'm a saint. But so far I try to avoid, I try to serve the people. I try to reach up to village after village. I try to tour so that I know the problem of the people, direct contact with the people, whatever they say, whatever the problem they give me. And I can probably tell you that when BJP wants to stop us from eating beef, I was the first MP to write a letter to the Prime Minister, and based on my letter, based on my lawyers, Kerala fought and the case was stayed. Even now the BJP, I'm telling you because of my first initiative. When the Northeast we used to be harassed in the Northeast students used to be harassed in Delhi, it is first initiative taken by me and Louisin Filoro, our General Secretary. We met Rahul Gandhi and the Best Barwa Committee was all the papers, all the agendas was 80% was based on my advice to Rahul Gandhi and the government. And this time only the name. Actually, I used to tell that he is a common candidate, but no common symbol. How can you say that there's a common candidate? Now, whatever expenditure will be incurred by the candidate, by the UDP, in the election, in the eye of Election Commission, there are no expenditure shows in other parties. Do you think that NPP will show expenditure to Election Commission? Do you think other party, PDF, other party will show the expenditure to the Election Commission? Whatever vote share will be gathered by the UDP, it will be UDP only. So the questions of a common candidate doesn't arise. Rather, I think you should tell that Congress is a common candidate. Because at least all these NPP who are here, most of them, they come out from the Congress. PDF come out from the Congress. The founder of them come out of the Congress. I am 100% sure and confident that those friends, when they don't have their own candidates, these voters, leaders can join, but voters who cannot join them. Nowadays, especially in Meghalaya, I've seen my constituency, one of the best constituencies in entire India. People used to say, because people knows what they vote. They know what to vote for the council, what to vote for the legislative, and they know what to vote for the national interest, that means for the parliament. A student organization from Assam, they filed a case, and the High Court referred to the NGT. NGT has stopped it for the last 5 years. So we fought. If you can ask any organization, me and the organization of different organizations, the problem for the coal mining is because at the beginning, we have one organization who used to fight the case. But the moment the NGT is banned, and then 47 organizations fought the case. And when the Meghalaya case comes, you see every 47 lawyers will come, and one organization will be at least having 4 or 5. So jam packed. So the court, the court was confused whom to listen. That is one of the reasons. Slowly, I think now only 3 or 4 of them are fighting in the last. There was only 2 of them are fighting in the Supreme Court. Now the case is lying in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has given certain directions. So it doesn't depend on the government, it doesn't depend on the politician. But one thing is doable. Rahul Gandhi, when he came to Jowai for assembly election, clearly mentioned, if Congress comes to power, we will give a chance. There's a section called Para 12AB. Para 12AB and the 6th schedule, where the rights for mining and others up to the President of India with advice from the Council of Ministers of the Government of India. So that right can be given, that presidential notification can be given. BJP in its manifesto has clearly stated that the moment BJP comes to power in Meghalaya or its allies, then they will give a president election. Up to now they have not done. I have pursued personally the matter. I went to the coal ministry, I went to different mines ministry, different ministries. Now the file is lying in the coal ministry, and BJP is a minister in charge of the coal. He did not allow it. Otherwise, from the home ministry, I met Kiran Rijiju, and Kiran Rijiju, they have given a clearance. It is even in the court, in the Supreme Court, the government, under the BJP and the advocate of the BJP government, they have said that we have no objections from the home ministry, but from the coal ministry, they didn't give a permission. As of now, they don't give. I think the chief minister is aware of this. He himself met, and he and me, we have a series of meetings jointly together with the coal miners, the different in Meghalaya. We have a big meeting with all the officers from different departments. They said we are going to do, we are going to, but they were done. They are not done. So they don't give their promises in the manifesto. If you go for the record, lot of coal, as per the record, actually lots of coal has been auctioned and challan was issued. Challan was issued. More than 2 lakh tons of challan was issued. I'm not very, I'm sure that challan was issued, but the numbers, it may be more. But what my friends told me in the market, they said that more than 2 lakhs of challan, 2 lakh ton of coal, challan was issued on the auction basis. This part I have not confirmed, but yesterday my friend told me by auction. That means lots of people transporting coal, they were arrested, put in jail, and then released and auctioned the coal. That means this is illegal mining is there. The Ksan, whatever you say, the Ksan which happened, that happens, I know them. Those 2 boys who died are my relative. And my mines is next to them. It's only 100 meters away from them. So actually, during the election, assembly election, the NPP, the BJP promised that if they come to power, they open the coal. So those people waited for 6-7 months, and then they got ready. I think once the government opened it, then we will do. So they was clearing it. It was not yet the mine. There's no coal. I personally went there. There's no coal outside. They were clearing it. They tried to, pump the water, clean it inside the coal. I think they hardly 3-4 tons of coal has been taken out while clearing and all. And then those accident happened. And those boys who died, they were supposed to go to a church in Tlo. So they were in a hurry. They said, let us clean it. Before going to the church in Tlo, there was 100 years centenary in Tlo, I think 100 years. So they were supposed to go there. So they were in a hurry to clean it, and then the water gushed inside, and then they all died. So it is in that area, illegal mining was there, but I think the government need to regulate it. I think the chief minister himself admitted that there's illegal mining on this.